The upside down cross era in rap is over. For a while now, it's been a trend to rock the upside down cross chain. Mostly guys like Playboi Carti, King Carson, Destroy Lonely, the whole Opium Collective, but also Lil Uzi. Uzi was a notorious upside down cross wearer, or Sababy, who literally has it tattooed on his forehead. And the upside down cross was really like a trend that started around like 2017 in rap. Like, I'm sure you can find other instances, but like the modern version of it really started in like 2017 when guys were really starting to just rock the upside down cross chain, and Offset was like really mad about it and he talked about it, and then somehow ended up changing his mind a few years later. Well, whatever. We're not here to talk about Offset changing his mind.
All y'all nigga went upside down cross. Even my little partners, man. Stop that shit, boy. You look lame. All that worship the devil shit. He was God, man. Upside down cross, turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down cross, turn my neck, shut him up.
But regardless, the upside down cross chain has really been kind of carried in terms of over the last few years or so by Opium. That's really been their staple. If you're in Opium, you get an upside down cross chain. If you're part of the crew, that's what you rock. And even like as a term of endearment, like a gift of endearment, you know how like rappers will give each other chains like that represent their label or represent their crew to say like, oh, they cool with that guy. Opium's been doing that with the upside down cross chain. They gave Ice Spice one not too long ago, and then they also gave NBA Youngboy one. So they've really been carrying that whole wave on their back. But as of recently, it seems like Opium has turned in their upside down chains in return for YVL chains, you know, Young Vamp Life, that whole thing. So they're not really rocking those chains anymore. And I looked through Carti's fit pics just for the sake of this video, and I haven't really seen him wear one in a minute. Now, maybe I'm just missing it. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places, but he's not really rocking that upside down cross chain as much as he used to, or at least at all, is what I'm seeing. And it's really crazy because this has really been a big piece of his brand for like the last like 7 years now or so. Like, literally A Whole Lot of Red, which is an album that a lot of people will consider a classic and 20 years from now will be telling their kids about, has the upside down cross chain on it. Like, even on stage in some of his set designs, there'd be upside down crosses. Same with Uzi. Like, it's been a really big thing, but it feels like they're just kind of dropping them. I haven't seen Uzi wear one in a while. I haven't seen Lone and Ken wear one in a while. So it really just feels like everyone's kind of moving away from that aesthetic. What's good, YouTube? It's Justice I Used to Be Paying. Today I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the upside down cross era and how it seems to be ending in rap. But before I get into that, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things. It helps me out a ton. During the 2010s, we got a lot of that rock-inspired rap music, that kind of merge that was happening that eventually turned into that rage music trend that happened towards the middle/end of the 2010s decade with a lot of the young stars of the genre. A lot of these guys were mixing and mashing some of the trends from rock music into their music. You know, we got the rage music scene with guys like Carti, Uzi, Trippie Redd, XXXTentacion, like these guys that were just mixing and mashing these two different genres. And we saw a lot of rappers talk about the love and the influence that they had from rock music. Uzi was one that always talked about the different type of rock music that he listened to, the bands that inspired him, the music that inspired him, that wasn't necessarily just hip hop. And he got really into it at a certain point where he was like obsessed with Marilyn Manson. He said that Marilyn Manson was always one of his favorites, but it was like,
Little Uzi? It's my father, the Pale Emperor.
He is?
Listen here. At age 27, I will leave this earth for this man right here. He's the Pale Emperor.
Now, Marilyn Manson, he inspired your grills?
Yeah, oh, that's crazy. They're my old ones. Like, damn, man.
it was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little weird. I ain't gonna lie. But he used to talk about Marilyn Manson all the time and called him like the dark God or something like that. And Marilyn Manson was like the only person that Uzi followed on Instagram for a while. So this kind of mixing of certain aesthetics of rock and rap were really, really prevalent during the 2010s. And it didn't just stop at the music. It also went to their clothes and their fashion as well. We saw the difference in the way these guys started dressing once they got more into that rage sound. Uzi, when he started dressing really, really strange and putting on these pieces that people were like, what is he wearing? I will never get that image out of my mind of that purple shirt with the holes in it. Like, he looked crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But that time period where they started to kind of mix these weird pieces of fashion that you would probably typically see from like a rock star. Playboi Carti is somebody that's an example of this as well. Look at the way that Carti dressed, like from 2017 and before to 2018 and after, like he started putting on some crazy fits. He was wearing like your generic kind of like hype beast streetwear fashion stuff, and then just started putting on all these crazy pieces. The fingernail paint started going on. So they really started to mix that rock stuff and a lot of that rap stuff. But it didn't just stop at, okay, well, we're mixing in rock and rap with the music. We're doing rage stuff. Okay, now I'm wearing some rock stuff. It didn't just stop there. It also went all the way to their aesthetics as a whole. And that included that satanic panic era of rock music. If you don't know what the satanic panic era is, it's when rock stars were really starting to take advantage of a lot of the heavy religious beliefs of the American people. A lot of Americans are specifically Christian. So they took a lot of the satanic imagery and used it throughout their music and in their aesthetics to garner attention, right? The upside down crosses, the pentagrams, the demonic, the devil horns, like all that stuff became very useful for rock stars at a certain point in time because a lot of people were so ostracized by seeing that. It was so controversial. They were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this, that it became a talking point. So rock stars used a lot of that satanic panic, as it became later known, to garner attention for themselves. And so rappers saw all this other stuff that they were taking from kind of rock stars in that genre and said, hold on, wait a minute, that works really well too, and started to use it for themselves. Now, in my opinion, I think that this was one of the corniest trends in rap. Now, I know you're probably thinking that I'm coming from the perspective of like, oh, you know, I believe in God, I believe in this, so, you know, disrespecting God, like, that's not cool. That's not even where I'm coming from. My thing is, I just think it's corny to fake something like you're not that guy. That's not you. That's just not you. That's not what you believe, bro. You're not satanic. You're not really. And I get it, you know, everyone wants to get attention on themselves in whatever way they can. So, you know, you got to do certain things. You got to promote yourself in certain ways, but just the whole like fake demon. Oh, am I a demon? Am I possessed? Oh, did I sell my soul to the I think it's so lame to me. I'm sorry. It's so lame because like, bro, if you was actually like satanic or you're actually worshiping the devil or whatever, you know what? Fine. That's you. Do your thing, I guess. But it's just so corny to me to see like posers, and it's just because they know that it's gonna get attention. That's the only reason why. If nobody cared, if everybody saw them rocking the upside down cross and was just like, oh, whatever, they probably wouldn't do it. They just know that, hey, a lot of people are religious, so this is a way to get them upset. It's just corny to me because like they never have an explanation for it as well. Like, obviously, the real explanation is attention. I'm trying to piss you off. I'm trying to get people talking. I'm trying to get people asking the question, oh my God, does he actually worship the devil? Oh my gosh, did he actually sell his soul? But like, when you ask them, hey man, whenever an interviewer would ask these guys, hey man, why do you wear that upside down cross? Like, what does that mean to you? What does that specific symbolism mean to you? Because for a lot of people, that's super crazy. That's evil. That's the devil. That's the worst thing ever. And then they go, I'm just different. I just like to be different. And I'm spiritual. So, you feel me? Like, I grew up in the church, like my grandma, like she Christian, but I just wanted to be on some different shit, bro. Like, and, I'm a spiritual person, and, I got a lot of different energies. And so like, I be in the energy and stuff. So like, yeah. Like they just make up the worst excuse you've ever heard. Like they're just talking nonsense, just saying nothing. It's just like, bro, that's not you. That's not you. At least like Sababy, when he tried to give his explanation for it, at least he has like his own like religion, I guess, that he's trying to, I don't know what he's got going on, but like still, most of these times, these guys just don't know what they're talking about. They're just saying things. They're just putting words together that sound somewhat right because they have to have an answer. And then it gets even worse when the fans themselves start to try to answer the questions for these guys. And they're like, oh, well, he's rocking his cross upside down because no, bro, it's not demonic. It's not satanic. It's a St. Peter's cross. That's what it's a St. Peter's cross. Cause you know the story, St. Peter, he got crucified, he died, but he said that he didn't want to die the way that Jesus died. He wasn't worthy to be crucified like Jesus. So they crucified him upside down per his request. And now that's the St. Peter's cross. Bro, half these dudes probably can't even spell Bible. And you expect me to believe that they were so inspired by the story of St. Peter that they now rock their crosses upside down? I was born at night, not last night. But I'm not gonna lie, that video of Ken Carson trying to explain this to that cop on the highway is hilarious. Like that is objectively funny.
Ask why the cross upside down?
Like I grew up in the church and stuff, right? But like, I know there's a lot of crooked stuff going on in the church.
Yeah, that's historically factual.
So like, me growing up and realizing it, like the upside down cross, St. Peter got buried upside down. Crucified upside down.
Yeah.
Because he felt like he wasn't as worthy, and he was like, "No God."
It's almost the same as if I hung a flag upside down.
I don't know. What does a flag upside down?
Distress. Basically meaning something's not right. Come help.
Nah, hell nah. It's like I'm no God.
Okay.
Like, not blasphemy or like dissing God. It's more like I'm not Jesus Christ. No.
You have your own outlook.
Yeah,
I get it.
What's so funny about this though is like looking back on the 2010s as a decade in rap, which was like 5 to 6 years ago now, that's nuts. But anyway, looking back on that decade, there were two main forms of rage bait that like rappers started to use towards like the middle to the end of the decade. And that was the like, he might be gay route, like, ooh, he's kind of flamboyant. Oh, look at what he's wearing. And then there was like the satanic religion rage bait type of route. And the first one was really pioneered by Young Thug. Like Young Thug, back in like 2014, 2015, he was doing some wild stuff just for the sake of getting people talking and maybe, oh, is he gay? Oh man, Young Thug gay. Like that was such a crazy thing to do back then. Like Young Thug was really wilding back then. Like, and if you look at the stuff that he was posting, it was very clear he knew what he was doing. He was trying to rile people up, and it worked. It definitely worked. Young Thug was a meme everywhere. People was calling him this, calling him that. Like, it 100% worked for Young Thug. But if you look back at some of that stuff was wild. Like, he was calling his homies bae and stuff, and he just had a lot of crazy things he was saying, and even like wearing the dress on the cover of the album. Like, his whole thing, like, he was just really trying to rage bait people. Like, he was just trying to bait people, like, heavily. And it's so crazy because you don't really see him do any of that stuff anymore. He don't act the way he used to act in 2014, 2015. If you weren't there, you just don't get it. Because this modern day Young Thug, he don't act nothing like he used to act 10 years ago. And mind you, he's gotten older. He's, matured. So he's just living as his actual self now. But back then, bruh, Young Thug was doing some wild stuff to get people talking about him on the internet. Like, if you saw some of that behavior now, you'd be like, whoa, Young Thug was doing all that? Like, it was kind of crazy. But there was that option, and then there was like the Cardi option, the fake satanic, ooh, I'm a devil, 666 Uzi, devil horns, like all that. But honestly, now that I really start to think about it, some people were just doing both. Like, Cardi was low-key doing both. Uzi was high. Actually, Uzi high-key does both. Like, I don't even know why I tried to like make two distinction. Like, no, Uzi was definitely doing both. Both the gay, what's it called? Queer baiting. That's what people call it nowadays. I don't even know if I can say that word, but I'm not saying it in a derogatory term. I'm not like saying it like as a bad thing. That's just what they were doing. They were trying to bait people by like, they were basically using people's homophobia against them because they know that a large percentage of rap's audience is very homophobic or at least super uncomfortable with the idea of a gay man rapping for some reason. They took that and ran with it and made it like something that people just talked about. And Uzi does both. Yeah, I don't know if he doesn't really do the satanic stuff as much nowadays, but he does both of them a lot. He did both of them a lot, especially at the beginning of his career. Like, I remember, oh my God, I just remembered, middle of recording this, I promise I didn't write this down. When Uzi was performing and he gets on stage and he's like, are y'all ready to go to hell? All of y'all going to hell with me. If you're here, it's too late. You're already going to hell. Ha ha. Like, it was.
Let me explain something to them real quick. Before everybody starts screaming and saying, oh, like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell. Right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song 1,000,000 times and you didn't even know.
Low key, insanely corny. But I remember at that time, people saw that and were like, they were literally panicking on the internet. Like, oh my God, bro, no way. Like, bro, if I was in that concert, I would have ran out. Like just the most insane forms of religious rage bait I've ever seen. And for as much as I want to say like all this stuff is corny, like, oh, rocking the upside down cross is corny, like the pentagram is corny, you don't really believe that stuff, you know, let me see you do a ritual then. If you really satanic, like do a ritual, like, you know, I don't know, put some goats in a bowl and mix it. I don't know, whatever rituals they do. But for as much as I want to say all that and say it's corny, it worked. Like at the end of the day, all of this stuff I'm talking about that is lame and all that, it worked. And so for that, I can't even be mad at them, or at least as mad as I want to be. I'm really more mad at like the masses as a whole, like the people. And I will say though, it was smart because Black people as a whole, hip hop as a whole, very conspiratorial. And I think that that is like a deep rooted thing for us, which you can't really blame us for if you know the history of us in this country. But it's turned into, in more recent times, like Illuminati stuff. Illuminati, oh, you got to sell your soul. All these people who are in Hollywood, they had to sell their soul to get to where they are. They had, oh, well, he's up there, but yeah, do you know what he did? He had to do this, and oh my gosh, they had to take, you know, Cat Williams on Shannon Sharp's thing. Hey man, I see these people, they doing this, they, you know, they butt, you know, like, you know, all that type of stuff. So that's always been a thing. And so them taking advantage of that was just, it was smart, just to be real. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there are so many people who are going to go out of their way to give that attention, to think they're exposing something, to think that they're doing something. And even though we as a community have kind of moved past the Illuminati, at least in the original sense that people used to talk about it on YouTube, we're still kind of there. Like, we've just kind of renamed the Illuminati to like Rock Nation now. Like, Rock Nation is the Illuminati in a sense, the way people talk about them and the Tory and Meg situation, and now the DDG situation, and even still Chris Brown, people try to tie in. Like, Rock Nation has been the substitute over the last like year or so for the Illuminati. So Black people, hip hop as a whole, we're very conspiratorial. So when you do stuff like that, automatically, even you don't even have to do like satanic things or wear an upside down cross. Just being famous in general is gonna start conspiracies about you. They're gonna say you did this. They're gonna say you sacrificed this. They're gonna say, oh, every time a celebrity has somebody in their family die, oh man, how you think they got up there? Granny had to go. They had to sacrifice Granny. How you think bro just made, you know, 10 million? He had to have his little brother killed. How you think bro just got a #1 album? His mom just died. That's not a coincidence. Even Michael Jordan can't escape this. Michael Jordan couldn't escape this. When his dad died, he's, oh my God, Michael Jordan had to do this. So that's always been a thing. And them taking advantage of it really does show how stupid it is, because all of these guys, they don't really believe that. They don't really act like that. Even Young Thug with the, ooh, he might be gay stuff, he doesn't really act like that. He's not really like that. And honestly, he's probably more homophobic than some of the people that were calling him out for the stuff he was doing. But like, it's not real. But the community will allow it to be real online, and that's enough. That's enough for it to work. But people fell right into the hands of Cardi, Young Thug, Lil Uzi with all this stuff. They did. They fell right into their hands, and it worked exactly how they thought it would. And now to see it kind of going away is very interesting, because it really is directly correlated to rock music, or not rock music, rage music and rap. It's like direct, it's a direct correlation. As soon as these guys stop really focusing on doing rage music, as soon as that's not really the wave, as we saw from Cardi on his last album, there really isn't any rage music on there besides like maybe 1 or 2 songs or a couple songs. The whole album isn't, you know, it's not Whole Lotta Red again, where most of the album is rage music. Or Uzi has kind of moved into this period where he's not doing as much rage music, or even like some of the other guys. Like, you see that it's kind of just going away. The upside down cross stuff, the devil imagery stuff, it's just kind of going away. Now, I'm sure that it'll come back somehow. Somebody's going to bring it back in a different way, with a different flavor, a different style, because that's just how the music industry works. That's just how the world works, I guess. You know, there's always rage baiters lurking around every corner. But it really is interesting how it's directly tied to rage music. And now we're even seeing guys wear like regular cross chain. Like, I saw Cardi wear a regular cross chain. Like, that like blew my mind. Like, I was like, wait, is he sick? Like, is he, does he have COVID? Like, why is he wearing a regular cross? It's just like, it just goes to show that none of this really means anything. And if you're sitting back doing conspiracies, theories, oh my gosh, maybe it's because of this. Oh, did you fit? Oh my God, Cardi's 3rd grade friend that he knew that moved away and his parents got divorced when he was 12. He ended up dying 2 years ago. That mean, like, stop wasting your brain power, bro. It's not real. I'm sorry. I know this is kind of a tangent to the whole video, but it's not real. These guys don't believe this stuff. It's just rage bait. It's just a way to make you pay attention. But I think it's corny, and I'm glad that stuff is over. I was really getting sick of the upside down cross stuff, even though I know Cardi just released All Red this year. So maybe he's not done with the upside down cross stuff, but that is one of my least favorite trends in all of rap. It's so unbelievably corny to me. Like, just be yourself, bro. Just be yourself. I hate that stuff. So I'm glad it's going away, but who knows? It'll probably be back in a few years. Maybe some, rapper that's on the come up will have like a upside down cross tattoo on their face and pentagram contacts or something. Who knows, right? You can never really predict these things with the internet. But regardless, if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all those things. It helps me out a ton. I go by the name of Pay. Have a good day. Be safe. Be blessed. Peace.